Exposed my cheating half-sister's secrets and my father's infidelity. They will both face the consequences while my stepmother takes everything. I, 20F, have a sister. Am going to call her Kelly because why not? She's 22. Ever since she started dating she's also cheated, over and over again, a never-ending cycle. Her first relationship she was 15, I was 13, she introduced me to Brad, sweetheart, great dude. 2 days later she's hanging out with her study partner in her room an awful lot. I wasn't stupid, I figured out what she was doing. Heck, she told her friends, she bragged to them on our living room couch. As soon as she did that, I decided she wasn't a good person, she disgusted me. So the next time her and her study partner were in her room, I took a picture through the keyhole in her door. They were just kissing, gross, but nothing bad. I waited and the next day stole her phone and got Brad's number. I texted him who I was and why I was messaging him. He didn't believe she was cheating. I sent him the picture and asked him not to tell her how he found out. He agreed. They broke up obviously, she was heartbroken, and accused her friends of telling him. She never suspected me, why would she? I was the suster who clung to her, copied everything she wore, did, watched, I admired her, and I kept up the act. I didn't want her knowing. I knew, or what I had done. I hoped she had learned her lesson, but she didn't. The next real boyfriend was when she was 17 and I was 15. I had been watching her like a hawk, waiting for the next boyfriend. No one would date her for a while after Brad. She was a cheater after all. Her study partner didn't even want to date her. He already had a girlfriend after all. That didn't last more than a month after Braff broke up with Kelly. Someone told study partner's GF he was a cheater. Weird. Anyways, in comes Steven, Hess trusting, maybe a bit dim, believes everyone's good kind of thing. She convinced him that Brad and her had only ever kissed no more. I didn't believe that, but whatever. This innocent church boy truly believed she was a changed girl, after barely 2 years. Okay, sure. A month in and I had no dirt. I'm starting to think she's changed. Bam, she's bragging to her friends about cheating on Steven. I stay hidden, I need the details. I wish I had recorded the confession, but I didn't. What I did hear was her planning to meet side piece at the park the next afternoon. We were both old enough to leave the house whenever we wanted, we just had to tell our mother we were leaving. The next day she said she was going to the mall. I said I was hanging out with friends. I waited till she was a few minutes ahead of me and then went to the park. I got pictures of the cuddling under a tree and kissing, rinse and repeat. Steven swore to secrecy, did show her the pictures but this time there was no evidence who took them. She'd have caught me with the first ones but anyone could have caught them so blatantly in the park. Relationship number 3 and enters bad boy. I hated him. He was rude, gross, and disrespectful. This one was more questionable for me. He was clearly a rebound, only a few weeks later. But I thought he might be the type to hurt her if something like cheating happened, so I had to get her to break it off, or him choose to leave her without it being her fault, even though she was horrid. I planned and plotted, waiting for evidence they weren't right, and could you believe it, they were cheating on each other, with the same guy. I kinda thought calling them out may just make them a throuple. I was wrong. He hated the idea of someone knowing he was gay, so when he found out she knew he was bi, he ditched so fast there was fire where his tires were. 3 down. My sister still has no idea who's doing it, but she's suspicious I know because she was ranting to me, about me, and didn't know. Then she told me her plan. She would tell each friend something different, and see which story the next boyfriend got. I helped her come up with the fake names, and looks, and locations. It was kinda fun actually. So boyfriend number 4 was actually just a guy friend of hers in on the plot. He wanted Kelly so bad he'd do anything for her attention. She told friend A she was cheating on 4 with a blonde dude and meeting him at the ice cream shop tomorrow. Friend B got brown hair and beach, friend C had red hair and house, and friend D got bald and Starbucks. Kelly wanted me to scope out the ice cream shop. Kelly was at home, and 4 went to Starbucks. No one was at the beach. But Kelly figured if none of us saw any friend near any building, then friend B was the culprit. We did just that. It was kinda funny getting her constant texts asking if anyone saw anyone yet. She was panicking because B and her had been friends since diapers and she didn't want it to be B. In the end no friends showed up, and she sent B a rant about being a bad friend and telling her exes about her cheating. B denied it heavily, but the friendship was in pieces. I took B's side saying Kelly was crazy to think it was them, and C took Kelly's side saying it was suspicious that A, C, D didn't show up to the spots, and that logic pointed at B. D thought they were all insane and actually accused me, pointing out that if I was the tattle no friend YL'd have shown up anywheres, and that since no one was at the beach they couldn't know. Kelly was offended, and said I'd never do that to her. I loved her far too much to hurt her, we were sisters after all. In the end D went with A and B because Kelly in her mind was delusional. C stayed with Kelly. 4 and Kelly did not become an actual couple. Kelly, thinking the rat was gone, started dating Luca. Poor sweet Luca, yours was the most tragic, for she cheated on him with his twin brother. This was when St was 20, I was 18, maybe too old for this but not done yet. I wouldn't let het waste a guy's life. It took me longer to catch on to this one. Twin boys, never questioned pictures on Snap, never questioned the guy's looks, how could I? They were twins, until Luca shaved his head for a freed with cancer, but twin did not. I got a video of them in his car kissing, sent it to Luca and wiped my hands clean. He showed her the video and she flipped out. She hadn't told anyone about the cheating this time, not me, not C, not 4. And since they were twins she thought no one would notice. Finally, she dates 4, Hess, the only guy left in our small town dumb enough to. She of course, does the usual, cheats on 4. Here's my problem. I wasn't certain he'd break up with her over cheating, or he'd believe it at all. So I waited, gathered evidence, and in a twist turn of events I got a picture of C and 4 cheating. They cheated on her, I sent him the pictures of Kelly cheating, and sent Kelly the pictures of her cheating. It exploded. She had no friends, not one, she chased them away, and everyone in our tiny town knew she was a cheater. Now, you may be wondering, why tell this story now, and why destroy my sister in such a way? I hate her, I've hated her since I was a kid. See, we are only half sisters. We have the same dad, different moms. Our dad cheated on her mom with my mom. My mom, who I loved, was disabled, and my father had a better lawyer. When I was 5 he stole me from her, legally I suppose, but my mom was given visitation, nothing more. I got to see her, one a week for an hour, as she was not deemed safe to have a child. When I got older I would sneak to her house after school to be with her more. My darling older sister caught me, and told our father. We went back to court, and as a dumb 8-year-old I blurted out that I hated my father, that he was a cheater and scum, and I wished he never knew me. It was decided my mother was alienating me from my father, and visitation was cut. I was thrown in therapy to fix my feelings about my father. Now yes, I know she was only 10, but she never apologized. Even when I brought it up she saw no wrong. My mother died a year later, and I was forbidden to attend her funeral by my father. My maternal grandparents tried to force his hand, went to court, but were shot down, told only my mother could have fought my father, and unless they had proof he was a bad parent they shouldn't waste their time. My father's wife had forgiven him, knit very smart in my opinion, and raised me with him, and I had my sister who I hated. I pretended not to. The best revenge is a dish best served cold. Now, why tell this story now? Because my darling half-sister uses this subreddit. I don't think she's posted, but she has lurked, and am moving out, into my maternal grandparents' home. Why now at 20 and not 18? Because today the final nail of my revenge went into the coffin. I left pictures all over the house of my father cheating on my stepmother with various women, all have the dates marked on them, from the time they took me in to about a week ago. Walmart having a photo printe was helpful. And so, all I wish for, is to destroy my father, and my sister, as my stepmother, who I feel bad for, has a prenup. If he cheats on her, he gets nothing. She owns the house, the cars, the summer house, they have a joint bank account that he might drain, but to my knowledge the vast amount of her money is in her separate account. She's rich, to the point she paid for everything I needed as a kid and smiled doing it. I don't know if she ever resented me, but she never showed it. She treated me exactly like my sister. But as well as that, I've also left proof my sister knew our father was cheating on her, proof that my darling sister knew her mother was being cheated on and said nothing. From chat logs, to voice records, to even literal recipes of gifts he bought her to shut her up, it's all there, waiting in the house. And today, both my sister and father are gone for the weekend. My stepmother will be home in a few hours, and I will be gone. Even if Kelly sees this within 10 seconds of it going live, she will never get home in time to clean up the mess. Edit. Okay, I see a lot about the keyhole. To explain, my house was old, made by the people in the town. Back when my house was built people would yell help me build and I'll buy the beer for the day. They made dumb style choices. Every bedroom door in my house had a large hole under the handle shaped like a keyhole. It was built into this metal plate that was attached to the door knob. The keyholes do not function in any way, shape or form as a lock. My house was so old when we redid parts we found knob and tube wiring. The insulation was newspaper, old bed sheets, torn Bible pages, and more. There was even a creepy doll. Other funky style choices in this house included, as my sister called it, a Coraline door that originally led into a barn beside the house, but the barn was long gone. The light switch to the basement was inside a bathroom nowhere near the basement door. The bathroom light switch was outside the bathroom. The clothes washer drain is connected to the shower, and when the clothes washer is on, the shower bubbles up sometimes and you have to turn the shower on to get rid of it. In the basement on the ceiling is a bunch of jar lids nailed into a piece of board because the old owners used to nail the lids up and screw the jars in to hold things like nails, screws, and broken glass, according to my dad. The house is yucky and weird. Things make little sense. There was other things I don't remember at the moment, but yeah. Thought the keyhole thing was more common. Am learning it's not, and I'm a bit surprised. Edit to add, a lot of you are convinced a rich lady needs to live in a nice house. The house we lived in was bought when she was pregnant with Kelly. My dad's grandparents and her great grandparents were the builders, I think. Not sure, maybe not. All I know is it was his family's house for years. He grew up there. They lost it though and had to move. He met and married stepmom and they lived with her parents while looking for a place. He saw his OIs on sale and begged stepmom for it. She agreed, on the condition that they only hire workers when necessary, because her parents taught her only to spend money when necessary, not needlessly. They had Kelly. He fixed one of the rooms a bit, but to my knowledge no big repairs happened in that time as they had a baby and were busy. The repairs I know of when they got me, was mine and Kelly's rooms being cold. So he opened the wall to check the insulation, of which it was old newspaper. The plan was me and Kelly stay in their room with stepmom and dad sleep on the couch till it was fixed. While doing this he found the knob and tube wiring. We left the house while a professional fixed the electrical in the entire house, then he finished insulating. When it comes to the old keyholes, stepmom thought 3 were cute, the only fixed one was the bathroom. He removed the old style handle, replaced it with one that locked, shoved something in the hole and plastered or painted over it, I don't know. We also tore up all the carpet, which was 2 layers, and tore off wallpaper from every room. While doing this in the living room we had found the Coraline door, as we called it. Dad told me there used to be a barn right next to the house, so he thought that's where it used to lead. Now if you opened it there was nothing because the barn was gone and they hadn't just left an open hole in the wall, but there was like 6 layers of wallpaper over that door. These repairs and stuff were always happening, all Dad's, because it was his paper and he knew what he was doing. I can't remember which happened when because I was a kid. Also, y'all seem to think 8 to 10-year-olds are dumb and can't hold a grudge, which is crazy, because I believe I said the revenge started at 13, sure the situation started at 8, but I had from 8 till 13 to stew and be angry. And no, I didn't do this because a 10-year-old made a mistake, I did it because my sister never saw what she did was wrong. She told me I got a better family out of it, that my mom was an R, that she did what was best and right, and I hate her for that, for never apologizing, never seeing how she hurt me. Edit, y'all want an update? I can promise I will give one, but things are hectic right now, so just wait. Lol question. Should I make a separate post for the update or add it here when I decide it's time? I keep seeing people type update me, how does that work? Question 2. Someone suggested posting this in a revenge subreddit. I don't want to copy and repass this. Does anyone who read is more than me know how to link the post or something in those subreddits so more people can enjoy it? Question 3. I can now see it says Terry's been 2 cross posts. Is that the thing I asked y'all to do above? If yes, how do I see where it's been cross posted to? I've been enjoying reading comments on Reddit and TikTok and don't want to miss any. Well, I'm waiting for things to chill out. Edit. Whomsoever so dared to send Reddit care after me sucks to be you. I'm already in therapy and learned a long time ago you don't have to tell no one shit until after the deed is done, so it's too late for a therapist to try and calm the burning flames in your heart. Now on to second story. Refused to join my controlling brother's impersonal gift swap, preferring thoughtful presents and now facing family drama over holiday compromises. Last night, I, 22 male, went with my mom to visit my brother, Leaf, 27M, at his apartment. My other brother, Dax, 24M, was also there. We were hanging out, eating, and just catching up since it's rare we're all free at the same time. Christmas is going to be weird this year because for the first time, we're not all spending it together. Dax is spending the holiday with his in-laws, wife, and kids, and Leaf is doing the same. I'll be with my mom, stepdad, my partner, and grandma. We're planning to get together sometime after Christmas so we can all see each other, but it's not the same. Anyway, while we were talking, Dax brought up an idea he's really excited about. He wants us all to spend $50 on a single gift, wrap it in neutral wrapping paper, and then do a gift swap. The way it works is the first person picks a gift, and each person after can either pick a new gift or steal an open one. At the end, the first person gets one last chance to swap with anyone if they want. The thing is, I really don't want to do this. To me, Christmas isn't about receiving gifts, it's about giving them. I love spending time picking out something thoughtful for each person, something I think will genuinely make them happy. Seeing their reactions means a lot to me. This one gift swap thing just feels too impersonal and, honestly, kind of corporate. And before anyone asks, no, my brother isn't tight on money. He's actually pretty well off, much more than me, but that's not the point. So, wth, if I told my brother I'd rather not participate in his gift swap idea? I'd still love to give everyone personal gifts, but I just don't want to do this impersonal gift exchange. It just doesn't feel right to me. Edit / Wow, I wasn't expecting so many replies, and I can't respond to everyone, so I thought it would be best to put this all in an edit. Anyway, everyone in my family is pretty well off, including all of Dax's in-laws, Leaf and his in-laws, etc. Leaf and his wife aren't really into the idea of doing white elephant this year, and neither are my mom or stepdad. We all know how complicated Christmas gets as the family grows, and we'd honestly prefer to do Secret Santa instead. Also, just for context, Dax's mother-in-law is outright refusing to participate in white elephant and is insisting on an expensive gift instead. If she doesn't get one, she won't come to their Christmas celebration, which is just adding to the drama. My brother Dax can be very controlling, and most of the time we just let him have his way because it's easier than dealing with the tension if he doesn't. He tends to make everyone uncomfortable if things aren't exactly how he wants them. My mom also isn't thrilled about doing white elephant because of what happened last year. She and my grandma booked a holiday home in Salem for Christmas, with my mom covering about 90% of the cost and my grandma pitching in around 10%. But then my brothers ended up getting our grandma a gift to thank her while giving nothing to our mom, who had covered most of the expenses. To make it worse, Dax and Leaf both got their mothers-in-law expensive gifts, but didn't even think to give our mom something small. My mom isn't materialistic at all, she'd be happy with just a thank you card, but that's part of why she's not on board with white elephant this year. For me, I'd rather skip getting a gift altogether than end up with something I don't want. So, this year, I've decided to focus on gifts for my partner. It's her second Christmas with us, and her family doesn't celebrate, as well as gifts for my mom, stepdad, grandma, and all the nieces and nephews. At the end of the day, we just want to find a middle ground that works for everyone. We're hoping Dax can feel satisfied too, but we'll see. I'll keep you updated on any compromises or what ends up happening in December. Update 1. So, I posted here a while back about this, wth for not wanting to do my family's one gift swap Christmas idea. Well, buckle up because here's the update. You can find the original on my page. My brother Dax, 24M, suggested doing white elephant for Christmas instead of exchanging individual gifts. This idea was not well received. I, 22M, am in a family group chat with Dax, my other brother Leaf, 27M, their wives Megan, 29F, and Blair, 27F, our mom, 61F, stepdad, 60M, grandma, 79F, stepsisters Edie, 22F, and Tatum, 19F, and my partner Maeve, 23F, who isn't in the chat but is very relevant here. Dax announced his idea like a dictator issuing a decree, not like, hey, thoughts? Let's just say. The family vibes have been shaken. A few days ago, Grandma told us Dax had something important to share. Turns out, it was him rehashing the white elephant plan, complete with rules. And not like, what do you guys think? More like this is what we're doing, no discussion. Here's the thing about Dax, he's a control freak. Last year, he strong-armed us into Secret Santa, which most of us hated but didn't challenge because you don't mess with Dax. This year, I decided to grow a spine and said, hey, this isn't fun for most of us. White elephant feels corporate and joyless, it's not what Christmas means to our family. I even suggested sticking to Secret Santa if the issue is cost. Apparently, this was blasphemy. Not long after, Mom called me in tears. She admitted the white elephant idea made her feel awful. She said it hurts that her sons don't want to buy her a Christmas gift anymore, especially when she does so much for everyone. She then went full mom mode in the group chat. 1. She said she doesn't like the white elephant idea because she loves personal gift giving. 2. She directly asked Megan and Blair if they plan to skip individual gifts for their own families too. Both Megan and Blair said, oh no, we'll still get individual gifts for our families. Cue Mom's second call to me, angrier and sadder. She feels like she's being treated as a second-class family member by her sons, who'll put effort into gifts for their in-laws but can't be bothered for her, and honestly? She has a point. My brothers either buy her last-minute junk or forget entirely. I called Maeve to vent, and she was fuming. She's been budgeting over $300 to get thoughtful gifts for everyone, first Christmas with my family, wants to make a good impression. She said if it's going to be white elephant, it's a waste, her gifts won't even go to the right people. Meanwhile, my stepsisters Edie and Tatum jumped in to say they also hate the white elephant idea. Edie even called it lazy on Dax's part. Hero, Dax, feeling the heat, proposed a vote, white elephant or Secret Santa. By this point, though, I was done. I dropped out entirely, and so did Edie, Tatum, Maeve, Mom, stepdad, and Grandma. Blair suddenly chimed in with a new idea. Since so many people are dropping out, let's just do gifts for the kids. She framed it like a compromise, but really, it was her way of shutting down the adults entirely. Dax, Leaf, and Megan jumped on board, and Dax declared, Christmas is only for kids. Okay, sure, Dax. So now? It's chaos. Mom, Maeve, Edie, Tatum, and I have decided we'll exchange gifts with each other. We're still getting presents for the kids because they're innocent in all this, but Dax, Leaf, Megan, and Blair? They're getting nothing from us. Christmas plans are totally up in the air, and honestly, this whole thing has killed the holiday vibe for me. It's a mess, and while it's not the resolution I wanted, at least I know who's on Team Christmas spirit. If Christmas is just for kids now, then Dax, Leaf, Megan, and Blair can go be kids together. Meanwhile, I'll be over here with my mom, stepsisters, and Maeve, celebrating with love, laughter, and thoughtful gifts, so yeah. Update 2. Holy freaking shit. My brother might be in debt. I'm at work right now, so sorry for any grammar mistakes. I'm literally typing this on my phone while heading back to my desk. But yeah. So yeah, Dax finally came clean to my mom about why he's been pushing the whole Secret Santa thing last year and this white elephant deal this year. Turns out, he's drowning in debt. Apparently, Dax and his wife Megan have been spending like they're loaded, fancy vacations, high-end crap, you name it. They've almost maxed out their credit cards trying to live like they're in a Real Housewives episode. Now they're up to their eyeballs in debt. Dax admitted to my mom that he's dealing with some heavy PTSD and said he's going to start therapy because he's lost and doesn't know what to do. My mom told him straight up, he's got to quit blowing money like this and walk away from this stupid deal on the new house they're trying to buy. But Dax being Dax, he's not listening. He's terrified his friends and coworkers are gonna judge him if he doesn't keep up this whole rich guy act. Like, dude, nobody cares as much as you think they do. Egos are wild, huh? Look, I feel bad for my brother, I really do. But at the same time, how do you spend money like it's Monopoly cash and not think it's gonna catch up to you? Still, I wish I could help him. I can't help financially, I don't make much, but I can at least help him and Megan with the kids so they can maybe figure this mess out. As for Christmas, I try to be petty. I thought about only buying gifts for the family members, not doing this white elephant nonsense, plus my nieces and nephews. But my guilt kicked in, so I ended up getting something for Dax, Megan, Leaf, and Blair too. I know they're probably not gonna get me anything, but whatever. Christmas isn't about presents anyway. I just hope Dax wakes up from this and learns to stop spending money he doesn't have. But I can't say that to him, you know? Younger brother and all that. Anyway, holy shit, if there's another update, I'll post. Hope you guys have a good holiday. Update 3. You can read everything on this link, it includes the original updates, so, I think people have been wanting updates on the white elephant situation. We all met up on December 26th, and Dax actually got us a gift, but it wasn't individual gifts. It was a household gift, portraits of their kids. It was cute, though, and I'll be taking them to Switzerland with me. Leaf also got me a small ornament with my name on it, which is now proudly displayed in my box. But wow, that day was chaotic. I got hit in the back of the head by one of those little plastic balls from a kid's golf set. It hurt a bit, and I was low-key worried that something in my parents' house would get broken. My parents weren't too pleased that Dax and Leaf let their kids run around with outside toys inside, but they didn't want to make a big deal of it. Plus they were super busy preparing dinner. Oh, and my partner and I had a lot of arguments that holiday too. She wants me to move to Switzerland earlier, but I've been dealing with some finance issues, and on top of that, I lost my job. So yeah, the move to Switzerland has been delayed. On a more personal note, I've been struggling a lot with depression and anxiety lately, but I'm trying to stay positive. I don't want to spiral back into those negative thoughts, so I'm doing my best to keep my head above water. Anyway, that's the update. I've been a bit all over the place, but here's to hoping things start to settle down soon. Oh yeah, I was also diagnosed with autism too, so yeah.